The thing that's going to stop a lot of people from reaching their true potential is the fact that they don't have a sense of urgency. They're too comfortable, they're too complacent, they think they've got too much time. Well, guess what? You don't. Not only is our time here on this planet pretty limited, but there's also this assumption that you're going to live to 70, 80, 90, 100 years old. But that's not promised. Every second we got here is borrowed time. So you really need to maximize the time. If you want to be successful, if you want to do well in something, you have to develop a sense of urgency. You have to realize that you're in a queue. You're in a queue. We're all in a queue. We've all got a limited amount of time until we reach the end of that queue. And we don't know where we're standing in that queue. So how do we develop a sense of urgency that we can carry forward and actually thrive and produce and get things done and do what we're put on this planet to do? Well, number one, you need to connect with your why. So your deeper sense, your reason for. So I'm a big believer in why power as opposed to willpower. And why power really means tapping into your purpose. Not only what you're doing, but why you're doing it, and as importantly, who you're doing it for, because that's going to help us to keep that sense of urgency, to keep that level of importance on the tasks that we're setting out to do. Step two is to break those big goals down into smaller goals. And so what I mean, it's very hard to feel urgent about a 10-year goal and think, right, I need to rush because I've got to be there in 10 years' time. So what we're going to do is work out what's our 3 year, what's our 1 year, what's our 1 month, what's our 1 week, what's our 1 day goal that is taking us in that direction, and develop a sense of urgency about that. And as importantly, what should I be doing right now? And get some urgency about that, because you don't have any promised amount of time here. You are here while you're here. You've got to get stuff done. And this is only if, and maybe it's not important to you. Maybe this isn't, maybe being the best version of you or living up to your dream or providing for people around you, maybe that's not something that interests you, but I doubt it. If you're part of that small percentage of the population that's choosing to pick out content like this to develop yourself, to improve yourself, then you're probably here for a reason. So develop a sense of urgency. Let's get ourselves forward and progressing, breaking down into smaller tasks. And finally, a very useful tool to keep you on task and to keep that sense of urgency and to keep you moving forward and progressing and successing is to use an accountability partner. So every successful person I know is accountable to someone. And this is why you hear that saying, you know, people that will do more for other people than they would do for themselves. And that, what I mean by that is you'll see a lot of people will get a job and they'll do more for their job than they will do for themselves. And that's why when you're running a company, you still need to be accountable to someone. So you need someone that you're turning around saying, this is what I'm gonna get done, and this is when I'm gonna get it done by. And at that point, that person can turn around and say, well, did you do what you said you were gonna do? So we all need that accountability. Maybe it's a coach, a mentor, a peer, somebody else in the industry. It could be any of those things, but just someone who's gonna be holding you accountable, has your best interest at heart, and is holding you accountable to do the things that you said you were gonna do. So that's my tips for developing a sense of urgency. If you found them valuable, then please like and subscribe so we can reach more people, share more of this good stuff that's going to help make the rest of our life the best of our life. I'll see you soon. Take care.